Leo. So here is your October short heads up video. And this is for the sun in Leo, or for the ascendant, also known as the rising sign. So Leo, let's see how October is going to unfold for you. Well, there's been a lot going on between the two departments of your life that are to do with, one, your career, and one, those really important, significant relationships. This is really quite interesting, and I'm not going to go into it in depth here because this is courtesy of that Saturn-Uranus square in Aquarius, because I am doing a separate video on that energy and I will go into it in more depth there. But let's look at where Mercury has been, because Mercury has been in Libra and also in Virgo. And Mercury is going direct on the 2nd. So it will move from Virgo, which is the part of your chart to do with your kind of finances, etc. So if finances have been a little bit tight, then I think that Mercury going direct is going to help a bit. So you will see the potential for income coming in. And it will, of course, move Mercury back into, or forward into Libra, which for you is the part of your chart to do with general communication. And I think if you've had problems, it could just be with yourself, that you've just got a backlog of work that you just haven't been able to get on and do what needs to be done. And, you know, I'm a Leo ascendant, actually, and I've had all sorts of things going on and some few little health hiccups, which have delayed me kind of getting on with, well, for one thing, these October videos that are coming out really late this month of September. So I think that Mercury direct is, Leo, going to really help just speed things up for you, so that I think your brain is going to feel much more in gear. We also need to look at that energy of Pluto, our planet of transformation, going direct on the 8th in Capricorn. The part of your chart that it affects is your health and your day-to-day routine. How is this playing out? Well, actually, I think if you've been having a few niggly health problems, which I've had, nothing serious, just niggly health problems, then actually Pluto going direct is going to sort that out. It's also going to help Leos get back into a more transformative state of mind to keep their body in a good state. It's also going to help you transform your routine so that you have a more streamlined and better way of operating in your working life. The other energy that we need to look at is Mars in Gemini, which is in the communication part of your chart that is to do with the community at large. It's Gemini, and it's to do with the community at large, and it's to do with any projects you have which perhaps involve the spoken word or the written word, and you're finding that you are firing on all cylinders and probably overthinking, getting overwrought, and really perhaps getting exhausted with all the sort of the mountain of ideas that you've got that you want to kind of put out there. Well, Mars is going to go retrograde on I think it's the 30th, and it will be retrograde in this part of your chart until the 12th of January. And so this is a lengthy retrograde, but it is going to be a welcome kind of breather for you, Leo, so that you will have time to sit back and reflect a bit and just get a better sense of how you want to proceed forward with any projects that you really want to get out there in the big wide world. We also need to look at Saturn, which is going direct on the 23rd in Aquarius. And of course, this is the part of your chart to do with your significant relationships. And So if there have been delays or just trying to sort out the details to do with a close relationship, in whatever form that kind of means for you, then I think when Saturn does go direct on the 23rd, it will just open up a few doors and you will see why you've been slowed down with one particular relationship and why it's about timing and that things have had to be the way they are. And before I do your tarot card for the month ahead, we'll just have a little look at Jupiter in Aries, that's in the part of your chart to do with long distance travel, because that's retrograding back into your 8th house, Pisces. Now, it won't actually be conjunct Neptune again, which we had that big Neptune-Jupiter conjunction earlier in the year. But it will be kind of in the realms of this kind of Neptunian energy of psychic ability and intuitive kind of just insight. And I do feel for you, Leo, that even though some Leos can be very fixed and, quite kind of, more out there and not necessarily so inward looking, that this energy is actually going to help you have a little bit more faith and trust in your intuition. So that's going to be super helpful for you. Now let's do your tarot card for the month ahead. Now, as you know, you never know. I certainly never know what's going to come out. I'm just shuffling away here. They are the larger kind of, for display purposes, pack of the Rider-Waite Tarot. And when I used to teach the tarot a few years back, I used to use these to teach with. But I'm going to use them here because I thought they'd be good on the camera. And you know the card we want? It's that one because it's poking out. So this is our card. What have we got? Well, time for reflection, Leo. This is okay. Sometimes I think, I remember when I was teaching tarot that people look at this card and they think, ooh, that looks a bit kind of like, but it's not. It's actually about, it's time to pause, to reflect. This for me is about the fact that we've got and had all these retrograde planets and that some of them are now starting to move forward. But remember, Leo, they will be in their, what is known as their shadow phase for quite a little while more. This is helpful because this is going to give you the chance to really look at what you've already set in place, whether it's to do with your career, relationships, your working life, your health, and see what needs to be kind of tweaked. So it's actually very helpful energy. And remember, even though this is 4 swords, the 3 swords that are hanging over the kind of reclining figure that is a kind of, sarcophagus, which would indicate that this is a tomb, they're not actually harming what is in this sarcophagus. And we can see this is a brave person that lies here, a fighter. Well, Leo, remember, you can fight. You've had a time when it's not been about fighting, but maybe when these planets move out of their retrograde shadow, and I will talk more about that in November and December, that it's time to be a little bit more assertive and use that Mars in Gemini, in that 11th house of yours, in a much more assertive way. Okay, Leo, thank you so much for joining me for your October astrology and tarot. And please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.